Hello everyone, in this video I will demonstrate how to set up Huawei Cloud ModelArts from the beginning. We will configure ModelArts authorization, create an OBS bucket, create a cloud notebook, run Python code, generate a CSV file, upload that file to OBS, and finally stop the notebook to avoid unnecessary resources usage. This setup prepares the environment for future machine learning and artificial intelligence experiment. Before starting the practical steps, let me briefly explain ModelArts. ModelArts is Huawei Cloud Artificial Intelligence Development Platform. It supports different stages of the AI development process, including data preparation, model development, training model, management, and deployment. One of its useful features is the cloud-based notebook environment. It works in a similar way to Jupyter Notebook or JupyterLab, allowing us to write and execute Python code directly in the cloud. Now let's begin. First, open your browser and go to the Huawei Cloud website. Click Login and sign in into your Huawei Cloud account. After logging in successfully, you will enter the Huawei Cloud console. The console provides access to different cloud services. For the demonstration, we mainly need two services, ModelArts and OBS. ModelArts will provide the AI development environment, while OBS will be used to store files. Before creating any resources, check the selected region. This is an important step because ModelArts and OBS should use the same region. For example, if your ModelArts resources are created in the Beijing region, your OBS bucket should also be created in the same Beijing region. If the two services are created in different regions, ModelArts may not be able to access the OBS bucket correctly. Select the region assigned by your teacher, organization, or project and continue using the same region throughout the setup. The next step is to open ModelArts. Use the search bar in the Huawei Cloud console and type ModelArts. Select ModelArts from the search results. Interface may look slightly different depending on the account, region, or console version, but the general process remains the same. Before creating a notebook, we need to configure authorization. ModelArts need permission to access the other Huawei Cloud services. For example, it may need access to OBS to read datasets, save code, store logs, and write output files. For security reasons, ModelArts cannot access these resources automatically. So open permission management from the ModelArts menu. If authorization has not already been configured, select add authorization, or it may look like configure authorization or one-click authorization. Follow the recommended setting and confirm the authorization. Once the process is completed, ModelArts will have permission to access the required Huawei Cloud services. Now we will create an OBS bucket. OBS stands for Object Storage Service. It is Huawei Cloud Storage Service and can be used to store datasets, script, notebooks, logs, model files, and experiment results. Return to the Huawei Cloud console and search for OBS. Open Object Storage Service and click Create Bucket. Enter a unique bucket name. Because OBS bucket names must be unique, you can include your name, project name, or year in the bucket name. Next, select the same region that you selected for the ModelArts. Keep the default storage class and keep the bucket access permission private. After reviewing the setting, click Create. The OBS bucket will be created. Now open the newly created bucket and create a simple folder structure. For this demonstration, we will create 4 folders. The first folder is data. This folder can be used to store datasets. The second folder is code. This folder will be used to store Python scripts and notebooks. And the third folder is output. This folder can store experiments, results, and model outputs. and the final folder is notebook demo. We will use this folder to test file upload from the ModelArts notebook to OBS. This structure helps keep the project organized. Before creating the notebook, let us understand the OBS path. The OBS path is different from the browser address shown in the console. For ModelArts code, the path begins with OBS followed by a colon and two forward slashes. After that, we enter the bucket name and folder name. For example, if the bucket name is ModelArts Demo and the folder name is Notebook Demo, the path will be OBS : ModelArts Demo / Notebook Demo /. This path will be used later when uploading the CSV file. Now return to ModelArts and open the Notebook section. Depending on the console version, Notebook may appear under Development or Model Development and Training. Click Create Notebook. Enter a clear notebook name such as ModelArts Notebook Demo. Next, select a development image, a Python, PyTorch, or TensorFlow image is suitable for this test. Keep the default storage setting unless your project has specific requirements. If the auto stop option is available, enable it. Auto stop helps prevent unnecessary credit usage if the notebook is left idle. Now click Create and wait until the notebook status changes to running. When the notebook is running, click Open Server Access or JupyterLab. This opens the cloud development environment. For now I will use the Open Server Access. So now inside the Open Server Access we can create a notebook, write Python code, manage files, and perform AI experiments. Create a new Python notebook and first run a simple print test. The code prints two messages: hello Huawei Cloud ModelArts and my ModelArts notebook is working. If these messages appear in the output, the notebook is working correctly. Next, we will check the Python environment. Import the system and platform modules, then print the Python version and platform information. This confirms which Python environment and operating system are running inside the notebook. Now we will create a small CSV file. For this test, we will use Python's built-in CSV module, so no additional library is required. First, define the file path inside the ModelArts work directory. Then create a small table containing 3 columns: platform, status, and task. The row will contain Huawei Cloud ModelArts notebook working and setup test. After running the code, the notebook creates a file named ModelArts test.csv. The output is also displayed on the location where the file was saved. Next, open the CSV file using Python and print its content. The output should display the column headings and the test data. This confirms that the file was created successfully. The same file should also appear in the JupyterLab file browser. Now we will upload the CSV file to OBS. First, confirm your OBS bucket name and the notebook demo folder. In the upload code, the local source path points to the CSV file inside the ModelArts notebook. The destination path points to the notebook demo folder inside the OBS bucket. Replace the example bucket name with your actual bucket name and then run the upload code. If the upload completes successfully, a confirmation message will appear. This means the ModelArts notebook can communicate with the OBS correctly. Now return to the OBS console, open the bucket, and then open the notebook demo folder. The ModelArts test.csv file should now appear inside the folder. This confirms that the file was uploaded successfully from the ModelArts notebook to OBS. Before finishing, there are several common mistakes to avoid. First, do not create ModelArts and OBS resources in different regions. Second, make sure authorization is configured before accessing OBS. Third, check the bucket name and folder path carefully. Even a small spelling mistake can cause the upload to fail. Fourth, do not leave the notebook running after completing your work. Now that the test is complete, return to the ModelArt notebook page and find the running notebook and click Stop. Confirm the action and wait until the status changes from running to stopped. Stopping the notebook is important when using paid resources or shared cloud credits. A good practice is to start the notebook only when needed. Save all important files, upload the results to OBS, and stop the resources after finishing. In this video, we completed the basic Huawei Cloud ModelArts setup. We configured authorization, created an OBS bucket, organized the storage folders, created a ModelArts notebook, ran Python code, generated a CSV file, uploaded it to OBS, and stopped the notebook safely. The environment is now ready for a machine learning or artificial intelligence experiment. In next video, we will use this environment to train a simple machine learning model on Huawei Cloud ModelArts. Thank you so much for watching.